Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first annual Virtual FantasyCon. And three of us were brave enough to come on today and do this greeting and just give you a little bit of the behind the scenes challenges and the uphills and the downhills and what we have been up against trying to get this huge event rolling. It's been a total learning curve for all of us, and but we're really excited to bring this to you guys. And bear with us. Remember, this is the first time we've done anything as huge as this, and I think next year is going to be even better. We're learning, but we just thought that it would be great to have a little bit of a greeting and let you guys know how this is actually going to be run. So what I'm going to do is turn it over to Miss Carol March, who will give us a little idea actually how the event is going to run. Just, you know, what you want to do when you start clicking on the event days. And so go ahead, Miss Carol March.
Thank you, Denise. Hello, Michelle, and hello, all our viewers. I'd like to start off by saying that this will be an 8-day event, similar setup to how we see things run on ordinary Facebook events, but we've put a little twist into it. In the usual stance with ordinary events, we would be being given out hourly spots, let's say, to each author, or as we're saying, because we've got authors and bloggers involved for our FantasyCon 2015. And what we're doing is we're having static booths, or what we wish to call as static booths, where we will put in a link, create an image with that link, and that will be the booth, which is what you would see at an ordinary FantasyCon, where authors just have their booths and the crowd comes by, passes by, talks and chats to that author. And we're hoping that in this way, all comments, all speaking, all images or links that will be posted by the author will be placed in the comment section. And this way, this prevents a lot of flooding of posts that will just get lost. So each author has got a very good chance of being seen throughout their day. And we're just hoping it's a new thing. We're hoping that it will pan out and it will become a great success and everyone will love it. We're hoping that if they do love it, they will not copy us and use it for ordinary events. Got to be selfish about this. That's basically how the author booths will be running. And the authors can pop in throughout the day. You don't have to be there all day, authors, guests, but you can pop in and you can pop out. Guests can ask authors questions, placing comments in the booths, and that will be also answered by the author in a comment. And you can see the links. You can see Twitter or LinkedIn or Pinterest or their books, or their Facebook links, or whatever it is, website links, via the comments. That's how we're going to run our author booths. Thank you, Denise.
Very cool.
Great. If they don't understand that, well, you know, maybe next year they'll have it figured out. And Miss Michelle.
I'm hoping.
Miss Michelle, now you came in when we started up the author panels, and you were invited in to help us with the author panels. And I know you are usually the radio lady, so maybe you might want to share a little bit about the author panel.
All right. Well, guys, I'm very honored and excited to be part of this event. I've never seen or even heard of anything similar to it, and I think it's just an awesome undertaking. And so I'm so grateful to Denise and Miss Carol March, and for all the admins that are putting this together. I think you rock. You're right. I am very used to the radio, And so I've had, I'm one of the hosts and producers of the of our podcast and the review behind the scenes for 4 years. So I'm used to interviewing, but it was a challenge, knowing that this is going to be more visual. But it's a challenge. I'm very, very excited and happy that I did, accept. It was a little different. My experience with working with the interview, our interviews over at the radio podcast helped me to a point, but there were a little bit more challenges, needing to deal with as far as the video panels. Everyone had to have special equipment, the webcams, the headphones. And then, it goes even a little bit further because it is visual. Everyone had, get the speaking in front of the camera, and that, I think everybody, sometimes that's a little bit nerve-wracking, just like it is right now.
And you can't wear pajamas, can you? You can't wear your pajamas because it's visual, so you have to.
And that's it. I mean, seriously, how many shows, radio podcasts have I done in pajamas? You can't do that here, So that was the number one challenge right there. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to get dressed and put on makeup. But other than that, it's been wonderful. I've able to meet so many different authors and bloggers and artists. Everyone is so excited, and but I mean, there were some challenges. There were some challenges, getting to this point. But I think that is just because it was a event. So I think from here it's only up, and I am so excited that I was a part of this. Thank you very much.
Well,
I would think this. Yep.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Sorry, I was just going to mention that event of this size, fantasy genre, the sci-fi genre, as a community together, and this is something that was severely lacking. You've got your Facebook groups, and everyone jumps into these groups. Occasionally, they interact. It's kind of like a post and go, and everyone's left wondering at the end of the day, I've posted and I've left, but I've not received anything back from that. And this is why we have done what we have done in FantasyCon. It is to try and bring a very large community together as a whole, to make just not the community, but to make the audience, the readers and authors, very much aware that this genre, with all its glorious subgenres underneath it, is a very worthwhile cause. It's I don't quite know how to say it other than that this was a very much needed event to happen, because there are so many genres, so many books, so many authors out on Facebook, and we're talking tens, possibly hundreds of thousands of people. And as a result of that, I think fantasy has been lost. It's been put on the shelf, pushed to the back, it's collecting dust, and we need a voice again. And this is why we began this, so we could have a voice, so we could shout quite loudly and quite clearly that we are here and we are worth having a really good look at. And the people that I've come across who work in fantasy and sci-fi are very hard workers. They're very serious authors. Even though they laugh and they joke about, they are very, very earnest in what they do. And it's with this passion that has helped give us confidence as coordinators and as organisers of this event. And I'm very, very, very proud. And I would just like to mention that the people who are not here recording today, people like Raven Williams, who's an epic writer, she has been our staunch secretary in all this. She has collated the hundreds of documents which are needed on a daily basis. She has put together the very vast donation list we've received, all of the invites, all of the bios. She's put together everything. And without Raven Williams, we would have a big hole, it may not have been possible. Then we have Jenna Baxter to thank, who she's taken up the role of our blog tour. And that hasn't been easy. The role as the interviewer, and she's come up with a lot of smart, great ideas for marketing. And I'd like to say a big thank you to Jenna Baxter and to Raven Williams, to Guy Donovan, who's here working. He's put his hand up to help do the panels, along with Kimberly as moderators, and that hasn't been easy, trying to put it together along with everybody. You try coordinating even just 4 or 5 people on international time zones to get together. There's only a very small window of opportunity each day to do these recordings. And so hats off to everybody concerned. And I can't forget Jordan Fuller, who's also, she's responsible for our cosplay. So along with Denise, the idea it was for cosplay. So I'm going to pass this over to you, Denise, to talk about this exciting cosplay idea we have. What does this entail, Denise?
Well, it remains to be seen, but when we were talking about Virtual FantasyCon, when you think about fantasy, what nowadays everything is cosplay. Everybody has to dress up like their favorite fantasy character or a Marvel character or superhero, or they even make TV shows out of it. So it's like, we have to have that. We just have to have that. So thank you, Jordan, for that, to help us out with that and get into the communities. So, but yeah, I agree with.
How's it going to work, Denise?
Well, there's going to be a booth in each day, and underneath that booth, each of the cosplayers are welcome to come in, and underneath the booth, under a comment, they can insert a picture of themselves or even a little short 1-minute video of their costume. And it would be even fun if they could do a little skit, because I know when you watch the TV shows, that's how they compete. But let's keep it down to a minute or 2, so yeah, I'm really excited to see how that unfolds, so I think it's going to
So people are going to basically dress up in their costumes?
Right. They're going to dress up in their favorite,
and then take a selfie of themselves and upload it into the comment box under the booth. Is that right?
Right. Yep. In the comment box under each day, there'll be a booth for the cosplayers, and that's where they'll come in. And under that booth in the comments, that's where they'll post their picture or their short video. So we hope we get a lot of.
And they'll have their friends or family to come to vote for them, or have those vote for them, correct? That's how the winner is chosen?
I guess that's how they set that up. Is that correct? I'm not sure what ran.
Yeah, I think so. There'll be daily prizes. I think, and that will be that will be determined by comments and by likes and by participation. And I think there will be an overall cosplay winner for the entire week. Some of these prizes are quite exciting, people. For instance, I've set up a scavenger hunt. I hope that we will have a lot of interaction with the scavenger hunt. It's 14 clues each day, people. And these clues have been provided by the authors themselves who are participating. I couldn't fit everybody into the scavenger hunt, so it was just random authors who were picked. And author offered up a clue, up to 4 questions per se, and you have a Google form under in your scavenger booth. And you don't go listing. Please do not list your answers in the comments, only on the form. Submit the form, and there are daily prizes. And the prizes are quite amazing. For instance, with the scavenger hunt, you can win yourself, if with the correct answers, if you have the correct answers, you'll have $5 gift card, 2 paperbacks, 6 to 7 ebooks, and some swag. And I just think you wouldn't get that at any other Facebook event. And it's the same with the cosplay. And if you participate regularly at our FantasyCon, if you are a 100% participator, you can win yourself a $20 gift Amazon voucher. And that's nothing to be sneezed at, guys, because we all know that with $20 you can buy yourself a lot of books, and you can hit the town, and you have to buy fantasy-based books with these prizes, guys.
There you go.
That's the stipulation, or else we'll come round, we'll knock on your door. Just joking. But there will also be... Go on. Sorry,
I just wanted to thank Carol March for picking up the scavenger hunt, because original participant couldn't finish, and Carol, with everything else that she had going, she took this enormous task, and she's done a great job. So, yay!
Proof's in the pudding. We'll see if it works. But I'm hoping it was fun. It was a little bit challenging in the beginning because I didn't have a clue what an online scavenger hunt actually meant or how it worked. And we'll see how it works out. I think it will prove to be quite an interesting feature. Along with that, we've got giveaways happening too, guys, I suppose. Every single day there will be giveaways, and I think Raven and Jenna have been responsible for coming up with the giveaways. They've been quite inventive. I have not been a party to seeing the inside of the giveaways as yet, so I'm a little bit in the dark as to what it entails, and perhaps that's part of the surprise, that you're going to come into the events on the day, and there'll be 10 giveaways each day. So on top of this, on top of the prizes for the cosplay, if you were to enter the scavenger hunt, and if you were there off and on throughout the day, you could walk away a bundle daily for 8 days running, a bundle of prizes and free gifts. And every author, we're talking 200 participants for this first FantasyCon, has given us some amazing donations. We're talking signed paperbacks, we're talking copies of printed artwork, we're talking original illustrated playing cards, fantasy playing cards, we're talking t-shirts and jewelry and bookmarks and mugs and all sorts of things outside of the gift cards and the ebooks. So yeah, it's we're hoping that you will spread word and bring your friends in and bring your families in and bring your readers in. And we want a massive crowd. We want this to be like a live FantasyCon. And if you go to a live FantasyCon, you have a crowd to get through, to walk through. You have all sorts of things happening. And we would like the same atmosphere. And the only way this can happen, viewers, readers, friends, family, all come together in this one place and celebrate fantasy and science fiction with us.
Yeah.
We've worked really, really hard for many months on this, all of us, Denise and Michelle and myself and Jenna and Raven and Jordan and Kimberly and Guy. So I'd like to thank all of you guys for stepping up the way you all have. It's been brilliant. Thank you.
Well, and I just want to remind you, fairgoers, please interact with all of the authors. Everybody,
very
important work, joining in. So please interact with them. Go to their personal page, their author page, get to know them there. Tell people about it. And I also want to thank all of the authors that decided to join us for the author panels. And so we're going to be, posting how many, 2-3 panels a day, you think, Carol?
I think so. I think we have managed in a very short time to pull in, I think, 14 panels. I think it is, Denise, isn't it?
Yes.
And I think that instead of just posting one panel on an event day and that being the only panel and the only chance that people get to see it, I think that maybe one particular panel could go on 3 or 4 different pages throughout that week and repeat itself, so that people do get a chance, if they miss out, to just mix it up, basically. I think that's the way to go.
Right.
And hopefully, and you know, what I would like to say, and I mean, this may be a little bit cheeky, but for 2016, next year running, those authors who have been just so amazing to us with their support, with their contributions, and with stepping up with their time to help us out with these panel discussions and scavenger hunt, that those who have participated and those who do participate, who actually do come to the event, who do participate with the crowd, who don't just allow us to build a booth for them and then we don't see them, as we call them, no shows, those people who do participate will get first and foremost consideration for next year for anything that we do. And I know it's really hard. If I'd just like to have a word with the authors, I know it's been really hard that you signed up for this as an invite months and months ago. And you may seem that we have forgotten you. We haven't. We've just been working really, really hard. It takes a very long time to get all of this together, to put these features together. We haven't stopped working. We haven't forgotten anyone. We've just been really, really busy. And because we want this to be a success and we want everyone to jump on to the tail coat of the success that that we're trying to provide. There you go. With my Aussie accent. There you go, mate.
I like it.
All right, mate.
Right.
No worries, mate.
Well, I guess that's about it for us, and we just want to invite you to participate all 8 days, and please, interact with the authors and the artists and the bloggers and the cosplayers, and view the videos. And if you do miss any of the videos, we do have a fantasy YouTube channel that they will all be on for future reference.
Very important.
Right, and we have our
Very
website, so don't forget that we have our own website. Thanks to Raven Williams, who we cannot do without. So I guess that is it, unless anybody else has some last minute details. Nope.
I would like you to say I'd like you all to visit the channel, and when you do, share it, because we need to go viral.
Yes.
We need this event to go viral. We need this event to go so high that we actually have, maybe if we're lucky, publishers and agents looking at us, which means if they're looking at us, they're looking at the authors who are participating, and those authors therefore may gain a little bit more recognition than what they currently do. They may gain an opportunity that is not open for them, and perhaps doors will open a few more of us by this very event. And it's just not important for us authors, but it's very, very important for readers as well, because you have 200 authors to have a look at their work, to see if maybe, like fantasy, that maybe you've always read steampunk perhaps, and you would like to perhaps look at something that's in the subgenre of fairy tale, maybe a series or something that's epic, maybe sci-fi, maybe something that's dark and grim. Perhaps you'd like to open up that dark cupboard in that dark room and get a fright. Who knows? Anything's possible, because fantasy is a place where the impossible becomes possible.
That's so true. Okay, well, I guess we're at the end of the greeting, and I just can't believe that we took a thought and an idea and actually made this I mean, this is just amazing. It's been a challenge, but here we are. So everybody, have a good time and please participate
Yep.
and support your fantasy junior authors. And we thank you very, very much for joining us and taking part of this great event. And we look forward to seeing you next year, 2016.